Hey, have you ever found yourself awake at 2 a.m., lying in bed, just staring at the ceiling and thinking, do I need therapy? Are we really getting enlightened? Or are we just paying for a professional friend? Okay, so therapy. What even is it? For some people, it's the holy grail of mental wellness. For others, it's like, I'm paying someone to listen to me rant. I do that for free with my cat. But hold on, therapy isn't just you complaining about how Janet from work never refills the coffee pot. Although, let's be real, Janet should refill the coffee pot. Anyway, therapy is like a guided conversation where someone who's trained and probably drinks way too much herbal tea helps you figure out why you keep dreaming about showing up to work in your underwear. And more importantly, what you can do about it. Spoiler, it's not just buying new pajamas. So yeah, it's talking, but it's also like structured talking. Talking with purpose. Not like the kind of talking you do when you're 3 cocktails in at a party and telling someone your deepest fears about bread crust. Here's where things get interesting. Turns out, talking about your feelings isn't just for fun. It actually rewires your brain. I know, sounds fake, right? But science, yes, the big S word, backs this up. When you talk about your problems out loud, your brain's emotional centers go, oh hey, we don't need to freak out about this thing 24/7. It's kind of like when you finally clean out your fridge and realize you don't need to panic about that mysterious Tupperware anymore. Talking equals fridge cleaning for your brain. Boom. And guess what? Your therapist is not just sitting there waiting for you to confess your secret hatred of group texts. They're guiding you, giving you tools, and helping you make sense of the absolute mental spaghetti we all deal with. So yes, therapy is talking, but with a little finesse. It's like therapy is the sous chef of your brain, helping you organize all the messy ingredients. Let's cut to the chase. Not everyone's into therapy. Some people are like, yeah, therapy fixed my life. And others are like, I'm pretty sure my therapist just zoned out while I was telling them about my overly emotional attachment to my houseplants. Here's the thing, therapy isn't one size fits all, it's like genes. Some people find a perfect pair that makes them feel like Beyoncé, while others try on 47 pairs and leave the store questioning their entire existence. If you're in therapy and it feels more meh than magical, that's okay. Some people click with therapy right away, others take a bit to warm up, and some people, brace yourself, don't really need it at all. If you've got solid coping skills, a good support system, and can mentally handle your cat's judgy stares without spiraling, you might be fine. But if your brain feels like a Windows 98 computer trying to run Fortnite, therapy might help. And let's be honest, sometimes you just need an outside perspective. Your best friend can only listen to your what if I just quit my job and move to a cabin rant so many times before they start subtly forwarding you job postings. Okay, so you're in therapy, and you're expecting some kind of grand revelation, right? You're like, I'm going to walk out of this session with all the answers to life and maybe even some six-pack abs. Wrong. Therapy is more like planting a tree. You don't see much happening at first, and for a while it's mostly just dirt. But after a few sessions, or a lot of sessions, you start noticing the leaves, and eventually, you've got a full-blown emotional oak tree. Except, without the squirrels. So yeah, it's not a quick fix. You don't get a therapy montage where all your problems are solved in 30 seconds to an uplifting pop song. Therapy takes time, and sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. But behind the scenes, your brain is busy connecting dots, even if it's taking its sweet time about it. And here's the kicker. Therapy works best outside the session. Yep, it's like homework, except instead of algebra, you're learning how not to cry in the grocery store when they're out of your favorite ice cream. Growth. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, give it a thumbs up. It helps more people discover this content, and we're all about spreading knowledge here on PsycKeys. And if you want to dive deeper into the human mind and learn practical tips for personal growth, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Alright, real talk. What if you're going to therapy and it feels like nothing's changing? You're talking, you're doing the exercises, but you're still low-key fantasizing about moving to a deserted island and only talking to seagulls. Well, first off, chill. Therapy isn't a magic button that fixes all your problems in one go. Sometimes you need to give it a minute, or 100 minutes. Progress isn't always visible, and sometimes it takes a while for things to click. If you feel like it's not working, there are a few possibilities. 1. You're not vibing with your therapist. It happens. Just like with dating, you've got to find someone you click with. If your therapist gives you strong coffee shop stranger who talks too much energy, maybe it's time to shop around. 2. You want a quick fix. Yeah, no. Therapy isn't like ordering takeout. You don't get instant results. Think of it as a long-term investment, like saving for a vacation, except the vacation is your mental stability. 3. You're avoiding the deep stuff. Look, we all do it. It's easier to chat about that weird dream you had than to dive into why you're secretly afraid of success. Therapy only works if you're willing to get real, so maybe try digging a little deeper. The key is to trust the process and, if needed, have a check-in with your therapist. They can tweak things to make sure you're getting what you need. It's like going to a restaurant and asking for extra guac. Sometimes you just need to customize. Alright, the moment of truth. Does therapy work or are we just talking? Drumroll, please. Yes, but not in the I'm magically fixed after one session way. More like, hey, I can deal with life without screaming into a pillow as much kind of way. Therapy works because it gives you tools, not literal tools, like no one's handing you a hammer, but mental tools to deal with stress, anxiety, trauma, or whatever your brain is throwing at you. It helps you figure out patterns, understand your reactions, and best of all, gives you some solid emotional skills. And remember, therapy isn't just for people with big, dramatic issues. You don't have to be going through a full-blown existential crisis to benefit. It's for anyone who's feeling stuck, stressed, or just like their brain's Wi-Fi signal is spotty. If you're willing to dig in, reflect, and do the work, therapy can seriously change your life. It's not about the talking, it's about what you learn about yourself through the talking. Let me know in the comments. Have you tried therapy? Does it work for you? Or are you still on the fence about all this talking stuff?